Can I actually change my life in 6 months? I have spent over 100 hours looking at research, studies, papers, listening to podcasts, watching videos to figure out if 6 months is actually a good enough time to completely change your life. And according to all this research, apparently 6 months is all you need to become completely unrecognizable. So I was like, hey, why not try it? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. I actually don't think I like my life right now. I really do not like my life. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna change that. It's very, very easy to find yourself living out the same exact year in, year out, the same exact life, year in, year out, the same exact cycles, the same exact experiences. And it's up to you to completely challenge that or change that, but you have to actually take initiative. So, back in November, I started being very intentional about my days, about the way I was thinking, the way I was showing up in the world, the way I was presenting. And the last 2 months of 2024, I noticed like a huge shift in my overall energy, my outlook in life, the way I was showing up. And that's how we started that. And I started doing this like as a series on social media where I was posting on Instagram and TikTok every single day for the first, I think we were able to get to like day 20. I believe we either got to day 20 or I filmed until day 20. And then I was like, I want to do this on a larger scale. I want to actually show me implementing these changes into my life, because I was like, okay, I was going to do a 1 month challenge. And then I was like, what if we keep it going until something changes, until there's a huge shift in my life? And that is how we ended up here. So, like I said, why am I doing this? Because I don't like my life. So I want to live a life that I like. And I was like, okay, I'm going to actually craft out a life for myself. And then I'm going to live it, and I'm going to be super intentional about it. Like I said, I have been doing research, mountains and mountains of research on proper ways, proper, quote unquote, different ways to go about this. What's best? What are some of the best practices? What should I look into? What can I try? What have other people tried that worked out? What have other people tried that failed? Because I want to give myself the best chance of winning. Because at the end of the 6 months, it's either we've really, really changed this life and it's completely different and we're living out our dream life. Because at this point, everything I'm doing is working towards my dream life. That's the goal. The goal is this life that I envision for myself, that I know I want to live, this experiences that I want to experience, these places that I want to visit, these friends that I want to have, all these things. And I'm like, you know what? I am going to keep working at it, being very intentional about it, and making sure that everything leads me down that path. It's a challenge. It's an experiment. Yeah, we're doing a challenge slash experiment slash really jumping into the deep end and seeing what comes out of it. So this is the first episode, and we're going to be dropping an episode every week because I'm going to be showing all the things that I'm actually doing in the efforts of living out my dream life. And so my why for this is, one, because I want to live out my dream life, and I also want to like get to the end of it and say, I was responsible for this. I made this happen. I did this. I actually woke up one day and said, you know what? This is what I want to do. And then I started doing it, and then it worked. Like that's And also, too, I'm like, if it doesn't work out, it's fine. At least we'll have done like an experiment that I'm hoping will have been fun. We'll have tried out different experiences, and I will be left with a wealth of knowledge from all the work that we'll have done in the last 6 months. So I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like a win-win situation. And also we'll have like a crap ton of content. So, hey, I am not opposed to trying that. So, let me walk you through what we're doing in this particular episode. We are going to get ready and prep and just like prepare ourselves for all these things that we need to do. And then episode 2 is implementation. So, we'll start with the prep work. I've broken everything down into the different categories or the different aspects of my life. Let's get started with our breakdown. One of the things that I definitely know I want to have is I want to have a lot more freedom. I want to have freedom of time, and I want to have freedom of money. With freedom of time, that means I can do anything I want whenever I want because I'm not worrying about money. Freedom of time is then I can do anything and everything I want because I don't have to worry about making money. That's why, like, for me, freedom is the word. Freedom of time and money specifically. That's like the goal of 2024. 2024. Hey, 2025. Okay. 2025. So I have financial, which is like the financial freedom. I've talked about that. I want to be debt free because I do have some debts. And then I also want to work on like my image and my appearance because sometimes I do be looking bastard. Career and work, like career all work, like slash work. Hobbies, because yeah, I realize I actually do not have hobbies anymore. It's been a while since I've had a hobby. Then we have knowledge. I want to expand my knowledge. I want to learn more things. I want to learn new things. And then there's well-being, and my well-being is divided into spiritual, mental, physical, social, and emotional. Those are the 5 aspects of well-being that I'm looking at in this case. And then the final one is home slash environment. So home and environment, home means like the actual physical space. Environment means spaces that I find myself in. Okay. And so in these categories, I have decided to do different things for each category, and I have different goals for the 6 months, and also um I'm breaking them down monthly, and then now we go from monthly, we go down to weekly. One of the things that I learned while I was doing my research is the importance of creating systems instead of following your goals. So instead of looking at this big abstract thing where it's just like, oh, that's the mountain we have to climb, it's you fall in love with the process of what it's like to get there. Because then there's days where you'll be like, hey, this distance is it's quite far. I don't think I'll make it. But then when you've fallen in love with the process of getting there, then it's like it's just another day of doing something that we enjoy doing. So what I've done is I've broken all my goals into processes. Then the other thing I have done is I have followed those rules, the rules of setting goals, where it's like when you look at your goals, are they realistic? Asking myself what is my why, which I've already defined. The other thing that I have to also do with my goals is to figure out how to measure results. Are they things that I can measure? So those are the things that I was looking at as I was breaking everything down. So it's figuring out these systems, and that's what I've done with like all my goals. I've figured out what the systems are and what are some of the small steps that I can take. I'm trying to work on everything so that I don't end up finding myself in these ditches and holes of different types over time, again, because either I'm burning out because I'm doing too much, or I am super anxious because all these things. I am trying to just work on things in a way that is digestible and works for me, my lifestyle, the kind of work that I do, the kind of hours that I keep. Because even now, it's almost 11 p.m. and now I'm sitting here recording a video. So let me walk you through some of the things that we'll be doing, and some of them like I've already started. I've actually started a lot of them, which is not bad. With finances, I've mentioned one, I want to be debt free. That's in the 6 months. So some of the things that I'm going to do in terms of finances, and I think this one we're going to do in episode 2. We're going to do like a proper breakdown in episode 2. But for now, in terms of prep work, the thing that I need to do is take stock of my debt and figure out exactly where I am. Actually, not my debt, the debt. Yeah, attachment, Nini. Yeah, take stock of that and figure out exactly where I am, and then come up with a plan, a payment plan. So, and I want to do that snowball effect. I've heard about it. I want to try that. I remember there's a time we were doing a class and we were trained on that. So I want to take that up and come up with a plan. And then also I finally figured out the best way to budget for myself, because I have struggled with multiple models that people have when it comes to budgeting. They usually don't work for me because one, I'm not someone who gets like a fixed salary every month. And I was like, everyone speaks like, you're getting this much money, do this and do this. I'm like, I work in the gig economy. The gig economy is something where you can have, like a really good 2 months and then 6 months of nothing. Or you can have a whole year of nothing and then you're just like here and there. So I was like, okay, what model works for me? And so there's a model that I've sort of started adopting, and I feel like I really like it because I don't feel super constrained by it. So I'll share that in episode 2. Like I'll go into depth and I'll show you that. And then also the resources that I'll be using to save money, check and track my expenses. For image and appearance, I want to, like, for me, it's very simple. Always making sure that my hair, nails, and skin are taken care of. I have my routines. I have my morning, my evening, my weekly, and my monthly routines. I always look presentable. The other thing is my wardrobe. I'm like, I don't know. I usually don't know if I have like a personal style, or I'm just a person who's like, oh, if I see something I like it, I wear it. I'm not sure. So I'm like, it's either I figure out what my personal style is, or look at my stuff and figure out if I do already have a personal style. I'll do like maybe those tests. there's usually those two tests that people do. I think I can do one of those and see if like there's something that makes sense there. Like, I know I look a mess right now, but I always want to make sure that my hair looks right, my nails look right. I actually got my nails done the other day, so I went and got my nails done. We went all black because my nails are really ziggy. My nails are really grown, and I was like, before I cut them, I'll have to go black. So we did a little black and gold. The thing that I did for myself for appearance, which one of the other things that I like doing is I like smelling good. Okay, this is something that I have shared before. This place is about to look very messy because I haven't sorted everything out. I got myself this body mist by Luron, very vanilla. It smells amazing. And I also got this one called Pink Champagne. They're just body mist, and they smell really good, and they are very affordable. So it's one of the things. And then I went and got some extra body oils. But this one's I bought from a different place, not where I usually buy them. So I sniffed them out and saw which ones I liked, and then I picked up a couple. So mixing that into like my skincare routine, my body, whatever, I smell really good all the time, which is good. Even right now, I smell like I'm wearing the very vanilla body mist, and I smell really good. So yay! So in terms of like appearance and stuff, we are working on the hair. Which is good. So then when it comes to well-being, it's like just cementing and building healthy routines. One of the things that for sure I need to work on is I need to feed myself a lot better. Yo, I've been doing a terrible, like 2024 was the worst year ever in terms of how badly I fed myself. I hardly ever fed myself. 2024 became the year where I learned how to eat popcorn as a meal. And that's a terrible, terrible thing. So I want to feed myself. So now at this point, we're talking physical. Feed myself better, sleep a lot better. Like make sure I keep my times, go to bed early, wake up early, have enough time for all the things. I want to walk, dance, incorporate movement. So one of the things that I've done is like right now, because I'm going to site, I can't wake up and say I'm going to go for a walk before I get ready. What I've done is I've incorporated it into my morning routine, my way from here to site. I have found a spot where I can walk for 20 minutes, where instead of taking a boda or a matatu or a tuk-tuk, I'm like, I'm just gonna walk this distance, and then by the time I get there, I've already walked. And then I also take that time to listen to a podcast, so it's like a double whammy. So this is the part where it's like a distance, because you can't even see where we're going, but it takes about 20 minutes. So morning walk, check. Look at me being super productive and all the things in between. That's on the physical aspect. Then we have emotional well-being. I've talked about journaling. So for me, like the practices of gratitude, um, feeling my emotions. Sometimes if I don't understand what's happening, I'll write down what it is I'm feeling and release it. Finding ways to release emotions and not holding on to them in my body. Then when it comes to spiritual, I want to do my meditation. I need to get back to the meditation in the morning. I picked up some notebooks. I picked up a journal for my scripting and a gratitude notebook because I would like to have new ones for this new journey for the next 6 months. Well, we've started new ones for the next 6 months. So one is a gratitude journal, and the other one is for my scripting, and I'll be doing my gratitude in the evening. So let's get to gratituding. That's not a word, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let's remove this. I'm listening to an audiobook. I've been listening to that on the way. Ooh, she looks pretty. So I picked like 2 different designs so they can look different, and they're all like, they're just ruled. So one's for gratitude. The one for gratitude, as much as like I want to be, I think no, I'll still be doing everything from here. It's important. And then the other one for scripting, you can leave it for tomorrow morning. So which one do I want to use for scripting, and which one do I want to use for gratitude? I like this. This looks like a great. Oh, it's purple. Purple is apparently purple is a good color for manifesting. I like that they're all colorful. They're both colorful. So this looks like, okay, this one will be for gratitude. Let's do that. Ooh, So I'll just put the date up here and fill this page with things that I'm grateful for from today. From today, that happened today. So all the things I am grateful for. So I'm just going to write I am grateful for, and then I'm going to do them as bullet points instead of repeating I am grateful, I am grateful, I am grateful under each. Let's go with the purple pen. I'm setting up this space for my meditation in the morning because I decided I was either going to do like my yoga mat or something, but then I haven't cleaned my yoga mat. Once I do it, I'll bring it in here. I decided I'm going to set up a spot in here for my meditation because when I do it I don't want to do it in the bedroom. The bedroom is going to be the place I sleep. My bed is going to be the place I sleep. The living room, the seat is where I rest and watch and get entertained. The counter is where I do the thing I think I've talked about, having one space for one thing. So I am setting up for my meditation tomorrow morning. This morning I did it in bed and the cats were doing all their things. I had not kicked them out. Yesterday I did it in the living room on the sit on the side, the red sit. Again, the cats were really interfering. So I'm like, I'm going to set up this spot. Then in the morning, I'm just going to wake up, just come across, lock the door, lock myself in here, and do my meditation. And I'm also going to burn some incense when I'm doing that. So I'm leaving, this one's ready. I'm going to leave a stick on the incense thing. So in the morning, it's just lighting it up. Tomorrow, we are going to be burning the lotus incense sticks. That's what we'll have tomorrow morning. Okay, setup ready. So I have a pillow so that I don't feel cold. There's like the carpet underneath and then like a rug all the way down. So yay! Ugh. And then in the evening, I'll be doing my gratitude journaling as well as a way of like, being in touch with the spiritual. And then also I think one of the other things I want to do is like, I want to see creation everywhere I go. Like that's the lens I want to see life through. I want to see life through the lens of creativity. So anytime I'm outside, I'll just be looking for signs and evidence of creation. And I know they're there, but like we take them for granted. But for me, I'm looking at creation from the point of like, wow, someone built that. I'm like, that was so creative. Someone thought of that. Those leaves look like that. Like it's amazing that this leaf and that one are not the same, but they stand next to each other and they grew at the same plant. That kind of stuff. Like I want to be intentional about looking at creativity and creation as a whole. So yeah, those are practices that I have to do on an everyday basis. Social, I want to attend different types of events. I feel like sometimes, okay, I'm not sure, but I want to try different types of events. Actually, I am sure. A lot of the events I go for are very creative events. I don't do non-creative. I hardly do non-creative events because it's either I'm going for a poetry show, I'm going for a play, I'm going for a movie, what are a concert. All these are like very creative expression types events. I'm not a sports girly, but yeah, we can definitely go back for horse racing because that was fun. Try other types of events, I don't know, like that are not necessarily creative inclined, but they're like social events where you can meet people and network and talk to strangers and all the things, right? So I want to do different types of events as well. That does not mean I'm leaving my creative events behind. Oh hell no. No, we'll still have that, but we'll add on to that, okay? And so I want to plan out my calendar, plan time with friends and family, and include that in my calendar. And then also do a lot of stuff by myself. Like I will not be worried about going somewhere by myself. I've never had an issue with that. I show up, and most of the times I show up because I'm like, I know I'll bump into someone I know, but now I'll also be going with the intention of meeting strangers where I'm like, I know I'm gonna meet someone that I'm gonna vibe with and we're gonna have a chat and it's gonna be fun. Plan out the calendar. There's no power right now. Let's go to my desk. Let's go to the desk. Hi Ziggy. Do you wanna get up? Do you wanna move out of my way? Hi. So one of the things that's going on my social calendars right now is the fact that I saw a poster that Jirai Motoria and Keithan will be performing at a show on the 2nd of Feb. So I am definitely adding that to my calendar. It's going to be one of my social events for that month. I also need to figure out a social event for this month that I would like to attend. I have not looked at the social calendar. There's another one in Feb as well. Ooh, I think everything is happening in Feb. No one's doing anything in Jan, because I know Martin Kigondu's no, it's a lie, play is coming back Feb, and now there's this. It's called Love Notes. I love that. So I'm oh my lord. I really love this artist and I really, really want to support them, but the event is happening at the Alchemist. I really don't like going to that place because, well, they're racist. I don't. Lord, why? Like, I love all three of them. And I love their music. And I definitely want to go for this show. Oh, I get why it's Feb, because it's Valentine's month, the month of love, love notes. Yeah. Ugh. I really hate this. Okay, I'm gonna have it in my calendar. And then I'm gonna fight myself over it. I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. Okay, let me just, we'll see. Then we come to our last and final bit, which is our home slash environment. I definitely want to have completed working on this house. Um, Truthfully, in the 6 months, I would want to have moved, if I'm being honest. But that does not mean that I will not have worked on this house. No, I can work on the house and still move out of it. That has never stopped me before. Okay, it's not going to stop me now. So I would still want to create or turn this particular house into a space that I like. I've told you I have not been bothered, but once I started doing like the plants, I brought in the plants and then I did like that entire corner. And I was like, and then I bought more plants. I have like the TV stand now just has a bunch of plants. I started getting excited because now at that point I even started thinking, oh, what kind of furniture do I want in here? I got rid of all the furniture that I had. Well, it wasn't like my makeshift furniture because I had not decided what I wanted and had not really thought about it. I had not planned it out at all. I gave out my furniture because I wanted something new. And I'm like, you know what? We can have furniture. We can get new furniture for this place, or we can build new furniture. We'll decide what happens. And I think it was also so freeing because I was like, now I have space. Now I can think about it. I also um what's it called? Reupholstered, reupholstered my corner seat, which I used to have in the bedroom. It used to have like a gray whatever. Now it's green, and I really love it because I did that like towards the end of last year, because the cats had really also messed it up, and I was like, So now, like, yeah, anytime they try to go near it, I'm fighting them. So I want to create an environment. I want to create a space and a home that I love, that I look forward to coming home to, where I'm excited to come home because I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to get to the house because it's gonna look, like I know the vibes that I get in here. And then now with all these things, there's something I read this morning and I was like, oh, I need to implement this, which was having one space for one thing. So what that means is, for instance, my bed is for sleeping, so that anything I do in bed, I don't use my phone in bed, I don't work from bed. The other thing I was doing in bed was meditation. I have decided no, we're no longer going to do that. When I sit on the sofa is for watching TV, it's for relaxing and being entertained. Um, in the morning, when I stand on this counter in the kitchen, that's where I do my journaling. So even in the evening, I'll be doing my journaling from there. So that, like, that's the place I associate with that, because I don't eat from there. When I'm on the other side, I'm prepping for food. When I'm on this side, that's what we're doing. And then so like basically that, like having different spots to serve one purpose, so that like I also don't confuse my brain, and also like it's gonna help me cement my routines. That way I associate those particular spots with that particular activity. If you have not read Atomic Habits, this is from Atomic Habits. Try it out. Trust me, worth everything. So for each of this, I want to do something, right? Like this was the prep work. Now for each of them, I want to start actively doing stuff to just be like, okay, cool. So this is for this is for this is for that. And that's gonna be like the implementation stage basically, because I've done so much research, I have planned this out, and I know sometimes the problem with a lot of things is that when we can easily get stuck in the planning phase that we never actually start doing the thing. So for me, I want to get started immediately, even if that means starting with one small thing, and I have come up with something that works for me. There's also something I saw today that I'm going to implement in the next episode, which is about like, now I think I'll use that to be planning out each month, which is actually, I've already created sort of like what the template looks like. And I was like, I would want to use this for each month. So the way I'm looking at my goals is I want to have daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, half year goal, and then yearly goals. So those are like 6 different tiers. So when you work it backwards, it's I look at my yearly goal and then I see what can I have, what could I have achieved, what can I do for the next 6 months that's going to lead me to this? And then I'm like, what can I do for the next 3 months or 6 months? And then 3 months, what can I do in the next 3 months to help me achieve this? What can I do in the next month? What can I do this week? What can I do today? Is there something I can do today? Is there something I can do tomorrow? That's how I'm looking at it. I'm changing up things because I think also if we want to do things, if we want to have different experiences, we can't be doing the same things. If we want to live a different life, we can't be doing the same things. So I've decided to like throw caution to the wind and say, let's just dive in and see. Like I said, it's either at the end of the 3 month, the 6 months, we're like, well, we tried, nothing changed, or we'll be like, wow, we actually did it. Come back next week for episode 2, where we start the implementation phase. And with the implementation, we're gonna start. It's either we're diving in or we're like taking it slow. I don't think we're taking it slow. We're just going to go head fast. Plunging that cold water, the splash, the whatever, that's what's going to wake us up. So that's what we're going to do. I have a microphone here. Sit. Do you want to see how I'll be implementing these things into my life and how we'll be like the knitting and the whatever, how we'll be doing all this? Please follow me along on this journey. I'm really excited. To try this out for the next 6 months. So we're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna be here for a while. But I'm really, really excited. That means a video every single Thursday for the next 6 months on this project. Those are gonna be so many episodes, but you know what? We don't care. We're gonna have fun with it. And also we get to actually document and see what, if any changes are happening, in what way, in what regard. Like it's gonna be super exciting. Sorry, I'm playing with my cat. This cat was unwell. I'm very happy that he's okay now. Yesterday, I had to take him to the vet. He had to get 3 injections. So I'm very happy that right now he's doing all this. Yeah. Okay. So I'll see you back here for episode 2 as we start doing all this implementation thing is. But for now, I think we are set to begin. We'll also have our vlogs coming every Sunday. So we have our Sundays, we'll be doing vlogs, and then on Thursdays, we'll be doing this little experiment. Let's see, can I actually change my life in the next 6 months? I guess we'll find out. Subscribe because we're trying to get to 100K and you can help me do that. Peace.